Hi everybody, Alex the Big Boy Verrey reporting for Connected Digital World. We are here at the Social, which is a really cool little club here in Little Portland Street in London, and today is so exciting for me. Today is the European playtest premiere of Rock Band 4, the music platform of 2015, and it's coming to Xbox One and PS4 later this year. So interestingly, this time round, Mad Catz, we're not just doing the hardware for Rock Band 4, but we're actually co-publishing the game as well. So back in the days of Rock Band 3, we were the official peripheral partners. This time round, we've extended that relationship, and we're now not just making all the new hardware for Rock Band 4, but we're also co-publishing the game on a global basis. So that's good news for gamers. What it means for gamers is it means that hopefully this time round, when you go into your store and you want to buy a copy of Rock Band, you'll be able to buy your game and your hardware in good supply. So Rock Band 4 has got so many brilliant new innovative features. So really, Harmonix wanted to double down on the feeling of self-expression here. Anyone that's ever been in a band likes to improv and likes to come up with their own ways of doing things. That's something Harmonix wanted to take and actually put into Rock Band 4. This time round, you have freestyle vocals. It means if you're playing the game on hard mode or expert mode, you no longer have to follow the lyrics that appear on screen. As long as you're still in tune, and it's pretty tough to do, you can come up with your own lyrics. It just adds a really cool flair to the vocal proceedings. You have something they call vocal exhortation now as well. This means if you're playing a show, you have a series of shows now. It's almost like a mini RPG. You can build a show together, either by yourself or as a band, and you can talk to the crowd before your music starts. So you can address the crowd. The crowd is so much more intelligent this time round as well. They're going to remember you. They're going to follow your band. If previously you've played a couple of tracks really well in the past, they're going to remember that, and they're going to start shouting that track for you guys to play. Do it as an encore. You can come up with there'll be options on screen that allow you to play that encore, or vote no and just walk off, or come up with new tracks on the fly now as well. So you have the vocal exhortation, you have the vocal improv. If you're playing drums as well, we've got a brand new system called dynamic drum fills. So this is really cool. So this is what you use to activate the overdrive. Now drum fills have always been present in Rock Band, but the problem was, because of latency issues, they never really made a lot of sense. So when you had a chance to do your own drum solos, they would often feel very muggy, very sort of wavering, and they really didn't make a lot of sense. They just kind of sounded like people mashing buttons before. So now with dynamic drum fills, you're going to get a chance to express yourself. It's going to come up with the gems that we all know and we all love, but they're going to be different every time. So every single dynamic drum fill is different. So you're still going to be hitting a rhythm, but it's going to make your drum solos sound absolutely fantastic. And again, you're never going to repeat the same drum fill twice. There's going to be hundreds of them to pick from, so it's always going to be new and different to play. Really great methods like that, acting together as a group, acting together as a band, voting on the fly for the next tracks that you're going to be playing as part of your show is another big thing. With Rock Band 4, you don't have to go back to your menu screen now to pick your next track. During the game, during the track that you're playing, when there's a quiet part of the track, you're going to get a chance to vote for the next track that's coming up. Or do you want to play a song from the 70s? Do you want to play an indie track? Do you want to play a rock track? It's going to come up with some really cool different new options for you guys to pick from, and it creates a never-ending show or never-ending playlist. These are just some of the really cool features that Harmonix have already talked about with Rock Band 4. Of course, we're going to be learning so much more as we go into E3. With Rock Band 4, of course, there's going to be a whole new host of hardware. So when we talk about the hardware, it's very important to note that we're doing everything we can to make sure you can use all of your old hardware, or legacy hardware as we call it, with Rock Band 4. If you have an old Guitar Hero controller or an old Rock Band wireless controller on PS3, you'll be able to use that directly to console on PS4. Same with Xbox 360. If you have a Guitar Hero controller or a wireless Rock Band controller on Xbox 360, you'll be able to use that on Xbox One via a little legacy adapter that Mad Catz are going to be releasing in time for the launch of the game. So we're really doing everything we can to make sure if you have old hardware, you're going to be able to use it on the new game. But of course, if you didn't have hardware, or if you want to upgrade that hardware, we have a whole new range of hardware on PS4 and Xbox One. So all the hardware looks very familiar, but looks can be deceiving. Each of the new products, be it the guitar controller, be it the drum kit controller, or be it the microphone, they've all got some amazing improvements. They've been rebuilt from the ground up. The guitar controller, for instance, brand new fret buttons that feel far better than they've ever felt before. Positive force actuation means that the fret buttons are less floaty and far more clicky than they used to be. It means whatever angle you hit the buttons on, they're going to react and they're going to make a positive force in the game. Brand new digital accelerometer for the tilt sensor. Before, the tilt sensor was always kind of sketchy on the Rock Band guitars. Now we've moved to a digital mechanism. It's a digital chip, rather than a mechanical mechanism. It means that the tilt sensor is so much more accurate. It's not going to fail you like often happened before with the old-fashioned tilt sensor. We managed to go down to 2 batteries, 40 hours of battery life, communication direct with a console, structural reinforcement. The neck doesn't twist now. The base of the guitar doesn't push or compress like it used to. It doesn't feel like a plasticky toy. So many improvements on the guitar controller. The microphone, such a better mic than we used on Rock Band 3. It's a brand new type of microphone on Rock Band 4. It's a 16-bit mic. It samples at 48 kilohertz, which is within the upper tolerances of what the PS4 and the Xbox One can sample. And it means that when you shout into the microphone, the game doesn't clip now, and the little needle doesn't go haywire. It means you can whisper, it means you can shout, and the game's going to be able to interpret your voice in a far more accurate manner than ever before. Even on the drums, we got a crazy new system on the drums. We've actually vastly improved our MCU, the microcontrol unit. That's the brains of the drum kit. Now, before, when you had the cymbal expansion pack attached to the drums, they weren't really analog. They had an analog sensor inside the cymbals. What would happen is you would hit the cymbals, but because the MCU in the drum kit wasn't advanced enough, it would have to take that analog signal and it would convert it to digital. So it meant, as a gamer, all you were left with on screen and in the game was one of 6 different force variations of the cymbals. So you could only really hit it and have the cymbals react in 6 different ways. Now we've got a brand new analog sensor on board the cymbals and a brand new analog MCU on the actual drum kit. It means we don't have to perform an analog to digital conversion, and it means that you get true one-to-one response. When you hit the cymbals, that's what you hear in the game. So a whole raft of improvements on all of the music game controllers. We think Rock Band fans are going to notice the differences immediately. That's what we're bringing to the table here at Mad Catz, but the game itself is what's king here, and we know that you're going to love Rock Band when it's released later this year.
Thanks for watching. Why not subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking on the link on the screen now?